Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judy White, and I have the honor of being your MC this evening for the 28th Annual Awards Ceremony of the Frederick County Volunteer Fire Rescue Association. I would like to call to the podium the chaplain of the association, Tim May.
As we remain seated, I'll have you uncover. I'd also ask that tonight, if you're wearing a pager or something, not to interrupt me, it doesn't bother me, but there'll be normal people coming here speaking, and be a courtesy if you do that for them. As we come together tonight as God's people, let's come together in prayer. Father, we thank you for the gift of this night. For as we gather in fellowship, we gather as servants. Father, I ask protection upon each man and woman who dons the uniform of servanthood, that you protect them, that you would comfort them and strengthen them, that you would provide their families with the knowledge and peace of mind that all will be well. Father, I ask also this night that you would protect those men and women who serve our nation in uniform, and that of the country or that of a state or county, our law enforcement, our emergency services, and all this day that come to take care of others. Father, we thank you for the gift of freedom, which we know is not free. We thank you because we know that there are men and women who step forward to give and protect others. Now, Father, I pray that you would begin this meeting in peace, conduct it in order, and close it in harmony. May each life here be given the strength and the courage to face each day. We ask all this to the giver of hope, the greatest servant of all, our Lord, in whose precious name we pray. Amen.
Please rise for the presentation of colors. Are there any fire prevention ambassadors here this evening? Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. I'd like to welcome to the podium the president of the Frederick County Volunteer Fire Rescue Association for opening remarks, Mr. Jim May.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone here this evening. Thank you for attending the annual awards ceremony of the Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association. I would also like to thank the Walkersville Volunteer Fire Company for hosting us as they do every year. We thank you very much for that. I'd like to congratulate our nominees this evening and for their efforts and for their companies that support them And also want to thank the committee for all their hard work in making sure that all of our efforts are recognized every year. And very briefly, thank you very much and enjoy the evening.
Thank you.
Is that okay?
At this time, I'd like to welcome Jim Graham to the podium for a welcome from Walkersville Volunteer Fire Department.
Once again, they told me I can only talk 30 minutes, so yeah, y'all had dinner already, so anyway. I want to welcome you to the Walkersville Volunteer Fire Company. We're honored to once again host the Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association Annual Awards Ceremony. To all those who are receiving awards this evening, congratulations for a job well done. Whether it be operational or administrative, the Walkersville Volunteer Fire Company thanks all volunteers for their service in providing first-class fire and rescue services to the residents of Frederick County. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
We have a number of guests here this evening. It is my pleasure to introduce them. From the town of Walkersville, Burgess Chad Weddle. He's waving. From the Frederick County Sheriff's Department, Lieutenant Hopewell, representing Charles Jenkins. From the County Council, Vice President Michael Blue. Also from the Council, Phil Dacey. From the town of Woodsboro, we welcome Burgess Heath Barnes. From the Maryland Senate, Senator Michael Hull. I understand that Senator Ron Young is ill, but his wife Karen is here. Welcome. Also, Maryland Delegate Karen Lewis Young. We also have with us Maryland Delegate Ken Kerr. From the Chiefs and Presidents list, we'd like to welcome Director Shane Darwick, VFRS Deputy Chief. Louis Powell, Chief of Company 18. Chief Tom Coe, Division of Fire Rescue Services. David Fox, President of Company 21 Wolfsville, and also on the advisory board. From the Volunteer Fire Rescue Association, Assistant Chief Dave Polikoff. Chief 2, Keith Brown. Anthony Smothers, Chief Company 19. Charlie Abrick, President of Company 2. Susie Nichols, Secretary of the Frederick County Volunteer Fire Rescue Association. And the Assistant Secretary, Donna Gosby. Also from the association, Trustee Gina Panarella. Chief 3, Mark McNeil. From Company 20, Chief Tom Lakin. From Company 4, President Robert Jacobs. From the Fire Rescue Advisory Board, Todd Johnson. Also from the board, Nelson Smith. From New Midway, Chief Daryl Johnson. Walkersville, Chief Chad Barrick. Eric Smothers from Company 19, President and also Second Vice President of the Maryland State Firemen's Association. The County Association County Association Auxiliary Chaplain, Kathy Nipple. And the County Association Auxiliary Vice President, Lisa Miller. Other guests are Tim May Chaplain, you've already seen him, Jean Estes and Kim Shelton from the Fire Prevention Committee. Thanks to all our guests this evening. I'd like to call to the podium Lisa Miller, who will give you a welcome from the Frederick County Volunteer Fire Rescue Association Auxiliary.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association Ladies Auxiliary, I would like to welcome you all to our award ceremony tonight. Congratulations to all the nominees and best of luck. While I'm up here, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for our dinner boxes tonight. Frederick Nolan Company, Giant Food, Safeway, Wegmans, Marguerite Demuth, Middletown Volunteer Fire Company, Middletown Volunteer Fire Company Auxiliary, and Walkersville Fire Company. We got monetary donations to cover what we did tonight. And I'd like to thank the following people for helping to put all this together today. Sam Linhart, Emma Main, Alan and Bonnie Hurley, Kathy Nipple, Debbie Smith, Pat Hansen, David Myrtle Sturts, Lee Skipper, Marla Estes and her grandchildren, Karen Summers, Rita Newman, Cynthia Ropp, Ramona Ridgely, and Kay Wood. I hope you all enjoyed them.
At this time, I'd like to ask Assistant Chief Shane Darwick, who's Director of the Division of Volunteer Fire Rescue Services, for opening remarks.
Thank you, Chief. Good evening. It's truly an honor to work with the many volunteers who serve as citizens and visitors of Frederick County. Our volunteer fire rescue service provides many opportunities for the men and women of Frederick County to make their mark and improve our residents' quality of life. Daily, our volunteers proudly and competently serve their neighbors in need. When someone calls 911, many may be experiencing the worst day of their life. Volunteer responders provide a calm presence and a helping hand to someone that needs it the most. But not all of our dedicated volunteers respond to emergencies. Many are unsung heroes who work diligently at the many fundraising events, helping to provide firefighting equipment, apparatus, and fire stations. It is very humbling for me to work each day with you, Frederick County's hardworking and dedicated volunteers. I want to acknowledge the efforts of the awards committee in preparing and executing another successful ceremony. This event is extremely important in bringing recognition to our volunteers and the role that they play in making our communities great. Congratulations to all the award recipients this evening, and thank you for the continued service to the citizens and visitors of Frederick County.
Also with some opening remarks, Chief Tom Coe.
Honorees, members of the Fire Rescue Service, public officials, and guests, it is truly a pleasure to be with you this evening. Tonight we gather to recognize several members of our service for their selfless contributions. Tonight you'll hear about heroic acts performed during responses to complex incidents, as well as stories of lifetimes worth of service performed within our fire departments. The stories you hear tonight are just a mere snapshot of the hundreds of thousands of hours of service that's provided by the volunteer members of our service to their community. To all the members of our volunteer fire rescue service, whether it's responding to an incident, performing administrative duties, or working a fundraiser, thank you for stepping up to the plate to answer your community's call for assistance when they need it the most. You continue to truly make a difference in the lives of your neighbors. Congratulations to tonight's awards recipients on a job well done, and thank you to each member of our fire rescue service for continuing to keep the residents of Frederick County safe. Thank you. That's a gift.
Council Vice President Michael Blue, do you have some remarks?
That's a hard act to follow, but I have no prepared remarks, but I'm here to represent the Frederick County Council, all of our members. Council President Keegan Ayer has asked me to express her sincere gratitude for what the volunteer fire rescue and EMS services do for Frederick County. Councilman Phil Dacey is here, but I have a special place in my heart for volunteer fire rescue companies. You know, we all agree that we have to have career fire rescue and EMS personnel in this county, but there's no way that without the volunteer fire rescue EMS services, the 25 companies and over 500 operational volunteers, that we can provide the services here in Frederick County that we need to protect our citizens. So without volunteers, we are in a world of hurt. We are. So I congratulate the award nominees. I also want to thank those who are not nominated because what you do, you know, cannot be replaced. It's phenomenal what you do. God bless you for what you do. I would like to make sure that you are safe in what you do, because without what the volunteer fire rescue and EMS services do for this county, we cannot provide the services for Frederick County and ensure their safety without what you do. So I want to congratulate the winners, and I also want to thank everybody that puts the time in to take care of their community members, the people that they may not even know their names. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
It is also It's also very apropos that this is National Volunteer Appreciation Week, and I think Vice President Blue said it very well, and we thank you. In getting to the presentation of awards, the first two awards will be read by Kim Shelton, who is the Fire and Life Safety Committee chairperson. So the Clint Hughes Award is presented in memory of Clint Hughes, a longtime member of the Braddock Heights Volunteer Fire Company, to recognize total department efforts in preventing fire prevention in their community. Awards are provided for departments who participate in a year-round fire prevention program, as well as departments who participate in other special projects, such as open houses and other fire prevention projects. Kim Shelton.
Good evening. This year we had 3 entries which are on display for your viewing pleasure. The Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association Fire Prevention Life Safety Committee book is also available for viewing back in the back. The winner of the Clint Hughes Award is Grace Ham Volunteer Fire Department. Would you please come forward? You want me to go ahead and do this table? Okay. The James Stavely III Fire Prevention Award is next. This award is presented to an individual in a fire department or auxiliary who does the most in fire prevention for his or her community. It is awarded in memory of James H. Jim Stavely III, longtime member and officer of the Braddock Heights Volunteer Fire Company. Due to COVID, like everyone else in our fire prevention, events were limited. This volunteer attended the majority of the events. They worked with DFRS and representatives from the Sheriff's Office to organize First Responder Day at the school. Talked about fire safety at our daycare events, speaking with children from toddler age to 5th grade. They were able to adjust the terminology necessary to get fire safety messages to children. The individual donned their gear to demonstrate the friendly firefighter and also drove apparatus to the event so the children would be able to see another piece of apparatus. This individual has stepped up to make themselves available for many events over the last several years. We nominate Stacy Lakin of the Jefferson Fire Company for the James Stavely III Fire Prevention Award. Congratulations. One more time.
Oh, now they're going down. The next presentation is for the Everett Gaver Award. It is for the Department, Church, Community, and Service. It is given in memory of Everett Gaver, a longtime member and former chief of the Middletown Volunteer Fire Company. It is presented to a deserving Frederick County Fire Rescue or auxiliary person who best emulates the qualities of Chief Gaver. To read this award is Debbie Fox, and we'll be presenting that.
Good evening. Big crowd. This year marks this nominee's 54th year of service with the Wolfsville Volunteer Fire Company. He has been active with the organization since its formation in 1968. He is an active member of multiple organizations to include the Wolfsville Volunteer Fire Company, the St. Mark's Lutheran Church, the German Reformed Cemetery Corporation, and the Frederick County Sheriff's Community Assistance Volunteer Program. He remains active today, responding to fire and EMS calls, assisting with company fundraisers, and serves as an active fire police within the organization. He is a current apparatus driver and was recognized as a top 10 responder in 2021. With this being said, it is my absolute pleasure to share with you that Dale Wolf of the Wolfsville Volunteer Fire Company will be receiving the Everett W. Gaver Service Award this evening. Dale. Oh, geez.
247,000 people will see this picture.
Thanks. The Robert L. Renner Departmental Service Award is presented in memory of Robert L. Renner, a longtime member and officer of the New Midway Volunteer Fire Company and the Frederick County Volunteer Fire Rescue Association. In recognition for the non-response activities conducted by a member of a fire and/or rescue department or auxiliary, or a citizen or organization which benefits a department. Reading the nomination for the Robert Renner Award will be Emma Main.
The nominee has been an active social member of our company for over 10 years. They are active with our fundraising activities, such as working the Bingo Food Committee every Thursday night, preparing and selling food, pastries, and drink items. They work tirelessly in the Carnival Beef Barbecue stand each night, bringing in thousands of dollars for the fire company during this long, hard, and hot week. The nominee leads and assists with the constant cleaning demands at both the fire station and the Carnival Ground buildings and restrooms, being very unselfish in donating their time and talents in having our facilities in a respectful presentation. After the company's election in early 2021, there was no one volunteering to take the important secretary's job. So the nominee accepted the position and has taken on the duties of taking official minutes and membership meetings and the board of directors meetings, along with all the other normal secretary duties and responsibilities. The nominee received the Administrative Officer of the Year Award for 2021. With all the above, the nominee has become a respected leader and member in all areas of the fire company operations, and they surely represent the meeting of a proud fire company volunteer. Our company is pleased to nominate this person in recognition of their time, talents, and efforts in all the areas of this prestigious award. The Robert L. Renner Department Service Award is presented to Linda Grossnickel of the Walkersville Fire Company.
Presenting the award is Matt Moser of New Midway Volunteer Fire Department. The next segment of the program is the presentation of some of the awards for those people who will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame was established by the Recruitment and Retention Committee some years ago. in order to recognize, again, those people who have donated and given so much of themselves and their time to their fire departments or respective organization. So the recipients tonight of the Hall of Fame Award will receive a hat, a distinctive hat, I might add, a plaque. There will also be a plaque for the station so that they can recognize them in the station as well. They will receive a brass membership card, and they will receive several citations. The first Hall of Fame nomination will be read by Lisa Miller.
This year's Hall of Fame nominee joined his fire company in 1991 after moving to the area. He is an outstanding member in good standing and was awarded life membership in 2008. He is currently on the board of directors and served on the board for many years. His training includes Firefighter 1, First Responder, and CPR. He has been serving as a fire police since 1995 and continues to do so. Due to his HVAC experience and leadership at his workplace, he has been an excellent resource to problem-solve issues for the fire company building facilities. He was a member of the building committee for the activities building. He has been serving as the chairman of the House and Grounds Committee for the past 15 years and continues in that role. You can always count on him for support and assistance with company fundraisers such as the butchering, gun raffle, bingos, 2070, carnival, Girls' Day Out, and many more. His years of service to the fire company demonstrate true dedication and loyalty. The Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association and Ladies Auxiliary inducts Gene Estes of the Middletown Volunteer Fire Company into the Hall of Fame. It is with great honor that I ask Gene to come forward and accept his award. Oh, I thought it was that you wanted by your stuff.
The next nomination for Hall of Fame will be presented and read by Bonnie Hurley.
Guess who?
Bonnie, switch me up.
Evidently.
This recipient has been an active member of the nominating company in all phases, including operations, fire, EMS, and training. As chief of the company, he is very active in training and upgrading the fleet and equipment to better serve the community. As an asset to his current company for over 10 years, with 25 years of active service to the Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Service, Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association and Auxiliary proudly inducts Daryl Johnson of the New Midway Volunteer Fire Company into the Hall of Fame this evening.
You dropped your hall pass, Daryl. The next nomination will be read by Kathy Nipple.
This nominee was born in Frederick County, and he became interested in firefighting at a young age after watching fire trucks and ambulances rush by his home as they responded to emergencies. His neighbor, a retired firefighter, also sparked his interest in the fire service with his many stories. Living in Frederick City, he was further encouraged by his classmates who joined the fire company, so he became a member in 1975. He became a life member in 1996. As a member, he serviced in multiple roles: rescue chief, training coordinator, company director, first vice president, and then president from 2008 to 2012. He also had a special interest in the water rescue services at the fire company and spent many hours at the company's lead in further developing that resource. He was very instrumental in planning for the purchase of the first fireboat rescue vehicle. He has also represented his fire company as chair of the Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association, Emergency Medical Services Committee, and was appointed Basic Life Support Representative to the MEMS Regional 2 Advisory Council. He also served on the MSFA Rescue Committee and chair of their Search and Rescue, formerly the Watercraft Committee. This individual also worked on county projects and committees as an IV technician instructor, Swift Water Task Force coordinator. During the early years of Frederick County Advanced Life Support Program, he was a Maryland cardiac rescue technician provider. He continues his work in Frederick County Fire Service as a Battalion 1 representative to the Frederick County Fire and Rescue Advisory Board. Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association and the Auxiliary inducts Todd Johnson of the Junior Fire Company No. 2 into the Hall of Fame for his 45 years of service to Frederick County. That was easy, wasn't it? There's the rest of your things. Don't lose your...
Congratulations. For our next recipient, the presentation will be read by Linda Canale.
Good evening. This inductee started, his volunteer service at the age of 15. He attended the cadet program offered to the Frederick County Public Schools at that time. He worked hard, earning the rank of lieutenant in 2003, captain in 2004, assistant chief in 2009, deputy chief in 2010, and was elected chief in 2013, his current position. He has been a top responder throughout his years of service. He took multiple classes, attended meetings, worked fundraisers, served on different committees, and just about anything that needed to be completed in the firehouse. Over the years, the inductee has grown to become a calm presence on the fire ground when under pressure. He has become a leader, not by forcing people to do his will, but leading by example. The growth and the dedication of a department can rise and fall on their leadership. He is fair to his members and provides equal opportunity in the fire service for all those and earning the loyalty. Let me try that again. The growth and dedication of a fire department can rise and fall on their leadership. He is fair to his members and provides equal opportunity in the fire service for all, thus earning the loyalty and dedication of his members. He isn't a man of many words, but a doer. He comes in, does his job, hardly raises his voice, and offers guidance when needed. It takes a special individual to collectively get an entire group to follow along. The inductee has done this and has earned the respect of old members as well as new members. You can tell that he loves his department, even though being a chief officer can wear you out. It is a great honor to announce that Chief Thomas Lakin of the Jefferson Volunteer Fire Company is being inducted into the Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Hall of Fame.
Congratulations. And I had Tom as a student. Our next presentation is for the Winnie Crum Award. And that particular award is named in memory of Winona Winnie Crum of the Walkersville Volunteer Fire Department, and also the Walkersville Volunteer Rescue Company, to recognize accomplishments of a rookie, an individual who is less than 1 year of membership, not necessarily a young'un, but just someone who's had less than a year, in their fire and emergency service. To read this nominee is Emma Main.
This young member joined the company in 2020 and began training throughout the 2021 year. They took training of Firefighter 1, hazard materials operation, pumps, CPR, and in-house training as well, having over 120 hours of training while still attending school. They helped with monthly apparatus and equipment checks, fundraisers, setting up and tearing down for carnivals. They are very hard worker and have no problem jumping in to help wherever needed. Although still this member is very new to our organization and a junior member, the nominee has already started to make a very big impact to the company and the community as a whole. His eagerness to learn and take training make the nominee the ideal rookie. The Winona Winnie Crum Rookie of the Year Award is presented to Dalen Hahn of the Walkersville Volunteer Fire Company.
The next award is the Louise Linhart Auxiliary Encouragement Award, and it will be presented and read by Marguerite Damuth.
Joe, come here. Yeah, he's coming up. Thank you.
Assisting Marguerite is Joe Linhart.
This person is very active and someone that you can count on to be present to help whenever that she is needed. She comes early and stays late for all the functions. She is available during COVID all the time. She helped to participate in the fundraisers whenever they came up. She even stayed late to ensure that the money was contributed to the success of the successor in the fundraising event. She has served as Assistant Secretary for the past 2 years and participated on several committees: bingo, Christmas party, slippery pot pie, kinkling sales, barbecue dinner, sub sales, and car show, and many more. Her inspiration and dedication makes her a role model for all to follow. Louise Lenhart Award is being presented to Sherry Duvall of Jefferson Fire Company. Please come forward. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I'll have a hard time getting out of this chair. That's okay.
The next award is the Charles H. Mutt-Dieter Jr. Apprentice of the Year Award. It's named in memory of Charles H. Mutt-Dieter Jr., a longtime member of the United Steam Fire Engine Company No. 3. It is given in recognition of accomplishments and outstanding service of an apprentice or young member of the Fire and Rescue Service. In his many years as a member of the United Fire Company, Mutt-Dieter worked tirelessly to develop knowledge, skills, and a sense of a community in the members of the department under the age of 18. He chose not to refer to these individuals as junior members because the juniors were 6 blocks north of Market Street. Doing the reading for this award tonight is, where'd I go? You, Linda Canali.
The recipient is a third-generation volunteer firefighter, following the example of his father and grandfathers. So he had a head start being involved in the fire service. He has completed Firefighter 1, Hazmat Ops, and EMT class. He participates in county and station drills, learning and practicing all his new skills. In addition to running calls, he serves often as station standby and assists with apparatus maintenance and equipment checks and repairs. In 2021, the recipient and his unit were recognized for their EMS excellence during a cardiac call. He willingly volunteers to participate in National Night Out by attending events at the elementary schools in his area, showing the young students and their families the parts and capabilities of a fire engine. His high school's counselor describes him as dedicated, hardworking student in good standing on course to graduate in the spring. He is a kind and responsible young man who treats others with respect. It is a great honor to announce that Luke Stevens of Middletown Volunteer Fire Company is this year's recipient of the Charles H. Mutt-Dieter Jr. Apprentice of the Year.
Congratulations. The Cleta Abrick Auxiliary Member of the Year Award is presented in memory of Cleta Abrick. Also presenting with that tonight is Charlie Abrick. Cleta was a longtime officer and member of the Junior Fire Company and Frederick County Ladies Auxiliary. And this is presented in recognition of an individual who has been an active member of an auxiliary, which is affiliated with the Association Auxiliary. To read the nomination, Kathy Nipple.
This nominee is a member of the fire company, of her fire company since 1984. She was nominated life member of the fire company in 2003 and a life member of her auxiliary in 2017. She served as chaplain of the Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association Auxiliary for 2 years. She is an active member of the auxiliary and the fire company in several capacities, including Historical Committee, the 175th Anniversary Committee, Fundraiser Committee, banquets, open house, memorial service, decorating, and a delegate to the MSFA Auxiliary multiple times. She has been an invaluable asset to both the auxiliary and the fire company for many years. Her dedication and willingness to support the organization has been demonstrated throughout the year by her continual participation in multiple projects and committees. She was responsible for planning and decorating the company's 175th anniversary ball. She made wreaths for each of the founders of the company for placing at the gravesites during the Founder Day ceremony. She has assisted with multiple open houses that highlighted fire prevention and public safety. As a member of the fundraising committee, she contributed to the development of a cookbook and other fundraising projects. She has a special talent for creating flower arrangements and decorating. As a result, she has become the auxiliary's one-person decorating committee. Not only does she decorate for banquets, but she also ensures the firehouse is appropriately decorated for special functions and seasons. She assists in the kitchen during special events, including fundraisings. She bakes cakes and cookies for special events at the firehouse and also for the county meetings. She regularly attends county auxiliary meetings as well as state meetings. She has also represented her auxiliary as a delegate for many years to the MSFA convention in Ocean City. As chaplain for her auxiliary, she provides spiritual support at each meeting with opening and closing prayer. She sends cards to members and their families at appropriate times. She plans and officiates over the memorial service each year in remembrance of our deceased members. Although she has been involved with assisting in the care of her sister and mother, she continues to contribute to the fire company and auxiliary in multiple ways. She possesses the values, integrity, caring, and dedication that portray the best in our volunteer auxiliary members. The Ladies Auxiliary of the Junior Fire Company No. 2 would like to nominate Angie Brown for the Cleta Abrick Award. After I read this, she probably should.
Well, yeah, in the middle of that, she would, but no. She didn't know anything about it. Take those.
Turn that around so we can read it.
Well, I'm just gonna give it to her and then put it up there for the picture.
Sorry, Keith.
Thank you very much.
We are going to continue with the Hall of Fame nominees, and Debbie Fox will be our next reader. Just as a point of information, there were 21 nominations for this year's Hall of Fame.
I'm back. The Hall of Fame nominee joined the Wolfsville Volunteer Fire Company in 1970. He has, through the years, consistently been a vital, active member of the organization. His inspiration to volunteer began at an early age, inspired by his father, uncle, and older brothers, which all volunteered with the fire company. He is a first responder running duty nights for many years. He is a life member of the organization and has served in both operational and administrative positions to include Rescue Lieutenant, EMS Lieutenant, Vice President, Assistant Secretary, and a long-running member of the Board of Directors. He has received both the President's and the Chief's awards throughout the years. He has over the years been essential to the company's fundraising functions, organizing the annual butcherings, bingos, and sportsman's night events. It is with great pleasure that I share with you that Wayne Lewis is being conducted into the Hall of Fame this evening. Unfortunately, Wayne is dealing with some very serious health issues. His son and his daughter are in EMT refresher this evening and unable to make it. So I'm going to accept this on his behalf, and I will see that he gets it. Thank you.
Our next reader for the nomination for Hall of Fame will be Marguerite Damuth.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Mhm. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Mhm. Thank you. This young lady is extremely energetic in her auxiliary. She has held president several times, assistant treasurer, board director, vice president, treasurer. She's very caring in helping with the county and auxiliary functions. She encourages others to join her company, and most are still with the company. She is always thinking of the members and their families. When members or friends find themselves faced with unexpected illness or life-changing events, she reaches out to them and encourages others to help. She spends many hours in the chairing or a member of a function. The Frederick County Fire and Rescue Association and Ladies Auxiliary proudly present Lisa Miller of Middletown Volunteer Fire Company with the Hall of Fame. Hold some of that.
You want me to hold some of it?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you. I have to hold my board. I have to hold you, your arm or something. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Jim.
Ready to go?
You're done? Yeah.
Get on the outside.
Okay, will do.
There we go.
I gotta get this way.
Okay. The process for becoming a member of the Hall of Fame is that the nominations are voted on by the previous year recipients. The committee is not involved in the selection process for Hall of Fame. It is done by prior recipients. The next Hall of Fame inductee nomination will be read by Emma Main.
The nominee joined their company in December 1995. They became a valuable and dependable member, currently having 37 years of dedicated service to this 100% volunteer organization. The nominee served as the company's board of directors for several years, was an active responder for many years, and has served on various committees. The nominee helped with turkey and oyster dinners and is found working in the kitchen helping to prepare delicious meals for our many other company fundraisers and banquets. You may also find the nominee working in the dish room, washing dishes, or helping wherever they can. The nominee picks up many items and supplies needed for the fundraising events. The nominee received the company's highest award or honor, that being the Life Member Award in 2004, and received the Fireman of the Year Award in December 2000. The nominee was also the recipient of the most prestigious R. Adams Colley Shock Trauma Center Hero Award in 2005. Reflecting back to their membership application, where the nominee stated, "I'm willing to serve the community the best I can." This is so very true. The nominee serves the community the best possible way, giving countless hours of their time and talents. The nominee is a very valuable and dedicated member of our company and is deserving of the most prestigious award. The Frederick County Fire and Rescue Association and Ladies Auxiliary proudly inducts William Bill Shadle, Sr. of the New Midway Volunteer Fire Company into the Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Huh?
Our next award this evening is the Fire Rescue Department Training Award. It's established to recognize the accomplishments of a company in maintaining proficiency through participation in formal fire, rescue, emergency medical services, and hazmat material training. It is based upon the average number of formal training hours per active LoSAP member for fire and rescue training completed in the prior fiscal year. All Frederick County Fire and Rescue departments are automatically considered for this award. Doing the presentations for the training awards, Linda Canale.
Firefighters and EMT need to continually train to learn new skills and refresh seldom used skills to maintain proficiency through participation in formal training classes, as well as station drills. The training hours earned from July 1, 2020 through June 30, 2021 are used to select the recipients of this award. In third place, with 97 hours per LoSAP active member, is United Steam Fire Engine Company number 3. Smile pretty.
Thank you. Yes. Do you want to take a picture with me too? Okay, let's take a picture together. You want to?
In second place, with 183 hours per LoSAP active member, is Newmarket District Volunteer Fire Company. Someone please come forward. Are you coming? In first place, with a whopping 214 hours per active LoSAP member, is Myersville Volunteer Fire Company.
The next award is sponsored by the Rocky Ridge Volunteer Fire Company in memory of the dedicated members of the Mumma family. Their leadership abilities and determined perseverance have been so vital to the successful existence and progressive growth experienced by the company since 1949. This award is presented to volunteers who are outstanding individuals in their home fire rescue and auxiliary companies, Frederick County Fire Rescue Association, or the auxiliary to the county association. Presenting this award is Bonnie Hurley.
You coming up, Betty Ann? You coming up, Betty Ann? Okay. The unsung hero for the company, this recipient works tirelessly to raise funds at all the fundraiser events. Anyone that has the privilege to be in charge of LoSAP for the company knows how much time this takes to keep up with all the changes, making sure new members are enrolled for the program, tracking the events and each member's points, and this recipient has excelled at it. Outside of the company, the recipient is very passionate about serving her community and country through the nationwide organization Daughters of the American Revolution. Excuse me. Joanne Baum from the Walkersville Volunteer Fire Company is the recipient of the Mama Outstanding Service Award. Jim, you want to present this? Mr. Jim, you want to present this? Thank you. I don't want my picture.
The Dr. James Marone EMS Member of the Year Award is presented in memory of Dr. James Marone, a longtime member of the United Steam Fire Engine Company No. 3, and the father of emergency medical services in Frederick County. This is presented in recognition of an individual's contribution as an active emergency medical service provider. Reading the nomination is Bonnie Hurley.
This recipient has been a member of the company for 22 years as an EMT and rescue technician. Also has held several officer positions. Excels in recruitment of new members, bringing in at least 2 or 3 new members each month, which increases the service to the community and surrounding areas. A strong leader in establishing community blood pressure check stations at events in the community, always available for new members, tracks membership files and accountability for the company. Brunswick Volunteer Ambulance and Rescue Company submits Teresa Demery Taylor for her dedication and commitment for the Dr. James Monroe EMS Member of the Year Award. Okay, Jim, you're up again.
The EMS Medal of Valor is presented in recognition of a volunteer who performed a personal act in a courageous manner in the protection of life while engaged in a medical emergency incident or other type of emergency response requiring emergency medical skills. To read the nomination, we have President Eric Smothers. Somewhere. Hi.
Get this right. The nominee for the EMS Medal of Valor joined his company in November 2019 and eagerly took advantage of every opportunity to achieve the training and experience required to become a firefighter or EMT. On June 23rd, 2021, units from Walkersville were dispatched to a call for a pediatric patient reported to have a decreased level of consciousness. The nominee happened to be in the area and went to investigate. Upon arrival at the pool, the nominee observed a teenage girl's lifeless body submerged face down at the bottom of the pool. Although there were other individuals around, no one had attempted to rescue the girl. The nominee jumped into the pool and retrieved the young girl from the bottom of the pool. Relying on his training and experience, he assessed the girl and began CPR. When the EMS units arrived, the patient was sitting up, conscious and alert. She was flown to Johns Hopkins Pediatrics for further evaluation. For his quick action in rescuing and resuscitating the teenage girl, Jamontrez Williams of the Junior Fire Company No. 2 is awarded the Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association's EMS Medal of Valor.
The Firefighter of the Year Award is presented in recognition of an individual's outstanding citizenship and exemplary job achievement as an active firefighter or rescue person. Reading this nomination will be Lisa Miller.
This year's nominee for Firefighter of the Year joined his company in March of 1994 and became a life member in 2013. In the past 9 years, he has served in the top 3 operations position, chief, deputy chief, and assistant chief. He currently serves as the assistant chief and has held every rank of a line officer. He's very energetic, outgoing, pleasant, and is well liked by the members of the fire company and auxiliary. He has been around the fire service for most of his life, coming from a generation of firefighters and EMT. He is very proud of his fire company and has tirelessly offered much of himself and his time to respond and administrative activities. He has been in the top 10 responders for many years and is always around the station ensuring that everything is in operational order. Besides running calls, he serves many hours as duty officer and station standbys and assists with the apparatus maintenance. Some of his training includes risk management, driver approval, Rescue Tech VME, Firefighter 1, Fire Officer 1 and 2, Rescue Tech, Instructor 1, Hazmat, Truck Operations, and many more. He passes his knowledge to other members during drill trainings, especially new techniques of rescuing and ways to save and protect lives. A few of the committees that he serves on is the 2070 Raffle Building Committee, New Engine, Carnival, Training, Girls' Day Out, Butchering, and many more. This nominee is very dedicated to the fire service and his community. The Firefighter of the Year award is given to Jason Lovelace of the Middletown Volunteer Fire Company. Jason is not able to be with us tonight due to his work schedule, so at this time, I would like to ask his mother, Debbie Lovelace, to come forward and accept his award in his honor.
The Firefighter Medal of Valor is presented in recognition of a volunteer who performed a personal act in a courageous manner in the protection of life while engaged in the mediation of a fire rescue, hazmat incident, or other type of emergency response. Reading the nomination for this category will be Shane Darwick.
Okay. The nominee for Firefighter Medal of Valor was on engine tanker 114 responding to the 9500 block of Ball Road for a house fire. While en route, a mayday was called. It was transmitted and just added more stress to the situation. Upon arrival, the nominee was assigned to the garage to attack the fire. There was a second line that was brought in, and he was on the nozzle with the nominee, and the nominee was second on the line. There was very limited visibility in the garage. Soon after they started for the attack, the nominee was able to determine there was a hole in the flooring. The firefighter on the nozzle before him had not seen it and was still attempting to move forward. Quickly, the nominee grabbed the top strap of the back of the firefighter's SCBA, pulling him back out of the hole. The scene was stressful and very dangerous, but the nominee was able to maintain situational awareness. Clear mind and skill which prevented injury to the fellow firefighter. Will Joshua Barrett of Walkersville Volunteer Fire Company please come forward to receive the FCVFRA's Firefighter Medal of Valor?
The next segment of our program is some additional Hall of Fame inductees. But for the moment, would those people in the audience who are already in the Hall of Fame, would you please stand and be recognized? The next Hall of Fame nomination will be read by Kathy Nipple.
This individual has been a member of the Ladies Auxiliary of her fire company since 1992. She became a member of the fire company in 1995 and life member in 2012. During her years in the auxiliary, this individual has been an active member participating in multiple functions and committees, as well as holding several offices. She consistently helps plan, prepare, and serve food for company meetings and other company-sponsored events. She regularly assists with keeping the meeting hall and the kitchen clean and prepared for events. This individual served as Assistant Secretary of her auxiliary from 1994 to 2010. She was appointed Treasurer of the auxiliary following the death of the Treasurer in 2021. She was a member of the Bylaws Committee, and she has been and remains active in both county and state auxiliaries. She has been active in supporting her fire company as an administrative member since 1992. She planned and assisted with open houses for many years during the In the Street celebrations, providing activities and information on fire safety for both children and adults. Chairperson of the LoSAP Committee, Chairperson of the Election Committee for multiple years, and Chairperson of the Fire Prevention and Life Safety Committee, and a member of the Social Committee for the fire company. She also Chairperson of the Frederick County Volunteer and Fire Prevention and Life Safety Committee. She has dedicated hundreds of hours throughout Frederick County in educating the public regarding fire prevention and life safety throughout the last decade. During the past 2 years of COVID, restrictions have impacted participation in on-site fire prevention events due to social distancing and mandatory guidelines. This individual was able to overcome the limitations by utilizing social media and her many contacts to share fire prevention, life safety information in a safe manner. She assisted with planning for purchase of the fire safety house for the county, helped coordinate staff and plan fire prevention booths at the 2021 Frederick Fair. She has done this for multiple years, attends multiple functions to distribute fire prevention and safety information, utilizes current events to inform public of fire and safety issues. After an explosion in Liberty Town caused by improper storage of propane tanks, this individual posted on social media a reminder of proper storage of propane tanks. This information also was shared at company meetings. Provided tips to company members and the public regarding active shooter after an incident involved an active shooter occurred in Frederick County. The Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association and Auxiliary inducts Kim Shelton the Junior Fire Company number 2 into the Hall of Fame for over her 29 years of service to Frederick County.
Yeah, he's working. Thank you. Here's your card. Stay careful.
I got one more.
The next nomination for the Hall of Fame will also be read by Kathy Nipple.
Okay. This person started his volunteer service with the Myersville Fire Department at the age of 16 as a basic first aid in 1970. Also served as assistant fire chief before joining another company in 1977. Over the last 45 years, in addition to serving on the board of directors, he has held the positions of president 2013 and 14, vice president, rescue chief 4 times, assistant rescue chief, and treasurer 2019 to present. He has held all officer roles except financial secretary. He has served on the board of directors for 30-plus years and was awarded life membership in 1989. He currently holds several certifications for EMS as well as firefighting. He served on numerous committees that involve purchasing of a new ambulance, rescue boats, squads, and property. In addition, he was a member of the LOSAP, building maintenance, training, and breakfast committees. In 2017, he joined the auxiliary as well as maintaining his company officer role. Currently, he is an active member of the Fire Advisory Board and is company treasurer. He unselfishly dedicated his time in organizing and helping with fundraisers with both the company and the auxiliary. Most notably, he is well known for making the pancakes for fundraising breakfasts. He created and executed a haunted house and carnival games, which bring in funds as well. He has assisted with several boat and squad calls over the years. His expertise in electrical and remodeling has kept him busy with numerous projects over the years. Most recently, the time and dedication to assuring completion of work in renovating to comply with the county and state standards for housing of personnel. He has been recognized for his dedication with numerous awards: Crew Person of the Year, Man Hours Award, President's and Chiefs Award, the Arthur B. William Award, and has been within the top 10 responders list for several years. He has completed almost 4,000 calls since joining the ambulance company in 1977. In 2010, he was interviewed by Channel 7 for his role in handling a water rescue, and in 2019, the City of Brunswick honored him and his wife with a Distinguished Citizen Award. The Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association and Auxiliary inducts Nelson Smith of the Brunswick Volunteer Ambulance and Rescue Company into the Hall of Fame for over his 50 years of commitment to Frederick County.
Millard M. McMastrino, member of United Steam Engine Company Number 3, a longtime member, both operational and administrative officer. It is the Mastrino family and United Steam Engine Company Number 3 that sponsor this award. With us tonight is Mick's sister, Sandy, and her husband, Bob Jacobs. His experience and membership started in 1959. He has many devoted hours in the professional development of fellow fire rescue personnel. Whether it was through mentoring, counseling, and/or instruction, Mick shared his knowledge and experience with others in hopes that they could perform more efficiently, effectively, and safely. It was Mick's belief that education and training were the keys to success in the fire rescue service. To read the nomination for the Mastrino Award is Emma Main.
The nominee joined their company in June of 2002 and has over 18 years of experience as a firefighter. Throughout the years, he has risen through the ranks and served as assistant chief for the first time in 2021. His primary responsibilities include training, which he excels in many ways. Throughout 2021, to improve the training programs, the nominee has focused the monthly trainings to topics related to the season or current issues that were occurring. For example, at one drill, he helped members review the vital skill of operation and maintenance of saws. At a monthly meeting, he also, For example, at one drill, he helped members review the vital skill of operation and maintenance of saws. At a monthly training in the fall, the members were guided through a refresher on chimney fires. The nominee makes sure to include all members in these training sessions so that everyone from a rookie to a veteran firefighter gets value from the training. The nominee organized a pump training drill, which was extremely beneficial to all in attendance. The training gives additional practice to multiple members who were enrolled in the Minfrey pump operating course and gave more practice to a member who was working to complete their driver's training program. One of the nominees' greatest training accomplishments of 2021 was the new norm of impromptu training. For example, during a food truck fundraising event, several operation members began a discussion on rope rescues. The nominee seized this opportunity to refresh everyone's skills. The nominee mentors and coaches new officers through situation which gives them opportunities to expand their leadership skills on how to improve next time in a similar situation. Our young cadet members have their own monthly training which focus on firefighting skills. The nominee is a staple at these trainings and taught the cadets how to use ground ladders to do search and rescue more proficiently and safely. Training can come in many forms, from formal classroom setting to mentoring and coaching. The nominee worked diligently in 2021 to expand the training in our company in every form and is deserving of this most prestigious award. The Millard M. McMastrino Instructor Safety Award is presented to Assistant Chief Alan Staley of the Walkersville Fire Company.
As was mentioned earlier, we are allowed to induct up to 10 people into the Hall of Fame. For the final nomination for Hall of Fame this evening, I ask Bonnie Hurley to come forward.
This recipient has been an active member of the company as a firefighter and the fire police, usually in the top 10 responders for the company each year. Has held several terms on the board of directors and has served on several committees. Helps with most fundraisers and provides support to the Ladies Auxiliary when needed. Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association and the Auxiliary proudly inducts Leon Stover Jr. of the Rocky Ridge Volunteer Fire Company into the Hall of Fame.
The Michael Wilkham Officer of the Year Award was established by the Cole and Wilkham families in order to recognize the accomplishments of an operational officer, and this award is in memory of Michael Wilkham, Deputy Chief of the Newmarket District Volunteer Fire Department, who died in the line of duty in May of 1993. Chief Wilkham was a very active and dedicated member of his department and worked aggressively to guide and to assist others in maximizing their capabilities. Linda Canali will read the nomination.
The nominee has been serving in multiple line officer positions for nearly 20 years. The nominee is the individual for all the behind-the-scenes tasks, as well as responding to emergency incidents. He is the chief's go-to guy for report writing, small engine repair, maintenance of the equipment on the trucks, and serving as the go-between for the career staff. On the fire ground, the nominee works well with others to solve problems and serves as a mentor to newer members or career staff. He guides them through the complex situations on the fire ground when time allows. The nominee is a dedicated individual who will not brag about being a top responder. His philosophy is not the number of calls he responds to, but helping the community. He has served on various committees and constantly helps with fundraisers. He is never too busy to welcome a new member or compliment a job well done. Will Captain Mark Lakem of the Jefferson Volunteer Fire Company please come forward to receive the Frederick County Volunteer Fire and Rescue's Michael Wilkham Officer of the Year Award.
Come on, Dave. You're holding it up.
Thank you. Congratulations. Just a few words before the last two awards are nominated or announced. We should all thank Judy and Smiley White, who 20-some years ago put this program together, starting with maybe 5 or 6 awards, and now we've grown to many, many. So we should all, Judy. She worked hard, hard, hard for so many years. My pleasure.
The Heart of a Volunteer Award This award is presented by the Stoll family in memory of their son, Donnie R. Stoll Jr., a longtime member and chief officer of the Lewistown District Volunteer Fire Department, where he served for 33 years. Reading this evening's nomination will be Kim Shelton.
Consideration for the nomination for this award is given in honor of those whom, when faced with enormous personal challenges, continue to give their all when facing the ultimate challenge, and or for those whom have lost the battle. Their dedication is a true testimony of the reflection of the heart of a volunteer. This nominee is a valued member that has served the community faithfully since 1976. They have consistently been one of the top responders as well as one of the top low-SAP hours worker. They serve as firefighter and EMT as well as fire police. This nominee serves on many committees, and it is rare for them to miss an event at the station. Since 2010, they have dealt with diabetes, Parkinson's disease, and 21 was diagnosed with cancer. Though these illnesses present one with many obstacles, including neurological and reconfiguration of their digestive system, they never let any one disease define who they are and will continue to serve the station and community as long as they are physically able to. Since the pandemic, this nominee has posted messages on marquee at the station, posted virtual safety programs, and scheduled a station tour for 40-plus people, all the while keeping a positive attitude. For these reasons, the Lewistown District Volunteer Fire Department would like to nominate Steve Stahl for the Heart of the Volunteer Award.
Our last award this evening is the Bruce L. Reeder Senior Golden Service Award. It is presented by the family of former County Commissioner Bruce Reeder Sr., who departed from us in 2017. Acquiring membership at multiple fire and rescue companies throughout the county, Mr. Reeder was an avid supporter of the Frederick County Volunteer Fire Rescue Services. This award will be presented to an active member of the Frederick County Volunteer Fire Rescue Service who has contributed a minimum 50 years of active service in one or more Frederick County Volunteer Fire Rescue Ambulance companies. On a sidebar note, when I was president of the association the first time round, Mr. Reeder was a commissioner, and true to those words, he was a supporter of fire rescue service in this county. To read the presentation, Bonnie Hurley.
Yep. Come on in. Oh, Chuck is here.
You can say that.
This person has been in the company for 58 years and has filled many supporting positions and provided many services as a volunteer, not only to the company, but also with Frederick County Fire and Rescue. A very active member with fire service and instrumental in company training and company leadership. Has held multiple officers' positions and chaired many committees. Captain of the fire police for the company for the last 12 years, also helps other neighboring companies when fire police is requested. Has ran the same stand for the last 44 years at the annual carnival. The name has changed from nickel pitch to glass pitch and now dime pitch. At the annual banquet on his 50th year of service, he recapped his 50 years with the concept of fighting a fire has not changed from 50 years ago. We just have bigger and more expensive equipment and a lot more training these days. His knowledge of safety and training techniques is very valuable to his company. Alan Brower Sr. of the Rocky Ridge Volunteer Fire Company is receiving the Bruce Reeder Sr. Golden Service Award. Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you, Chuck.
You can either go this way or that way.
And Alan Brower was the one that got me involved after I'd lived in Frederick County for less than a month. All right, I have a couple things, but you go first. Go first.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank Walkersville and all of you folks who are here tonight for the awards. It's wonderful to see this room full. Thank you all. I want to tell you about our committee. Would like the committee to stand as their names are read. Linda Canali, who's my assistant. Bonnie Hurley, who is the secretary. I better put these on so I can finish reading names. Debbie Fox, Lisa Miller, Emma Main, Joyce Schrei, Sam Lenhart, Kathy Nipple, Kim Shelton. Thank each of you for the hard work you put through this year. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
The Hall of Fame recipients tonight, please, after we adjourn, would you meet at the back of this room between the flags so that your official photograph can be taken. I would also like to ask you to look at the back of your program, and we have a number of people that need to be thanked for this evening's work, including our photography services, our video services, program services. These people are all listed at the bottom there, and we certainly appreciate all their efforts at this time. To close the program this evening, we'll have the benediction by Pat Hansen from the Middletown Ladies Auxiliary, for which she is the chaplain.
Can we bow our heads in prayer, please? We thank you, Lord, for bringing us here this evening to honor and celebrate our wonderful county. Open our eyes to the wonders of Frederick County and help us to see the beauty around us, lest we take it for granted or forget. Thank you, Lord, for all the people who volunteer in Frederick County Fire and Rescue Services. We give thanks for those persons who've received awards this evening, but we also give you thanks for everyone who works and volunteers in our county. We give thanks for those paid and volunteer firefighters and EMS personnel, and also who are social and auxiliary members who raise funds to support our fire and EMS personnel and their apparatus. We ask you, Lord, to protect our fire and rescue personnel and also those who protect our neighborhoods, county, and country. Please be near and protect our police and our military members. We ask this all in the name of our God. Amen.
This concludes our program this evening. We ask you to stop by and have some refreshments and visit with people while we're here. Thank you.